Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right for your hair? You're buying the good products, you're trying the trends, you're following the advice, and somehow your hair still feels dry, flat, or like it's shedding more than it should. Well, here's the truth that most people don't realize. It's not always what you're not doing. Sometimes it's what you're still using. So today I'm going to walk you through 11 common hair products and ingredients that might actually be working against you and what to do instead so your hair can finally feel healthier, fuller, and easier to manage. Hey guys, it is springtime in Virginia. I don't know about you, but my allergies are terrible. Nose, the congestion, all that stuff. So if I sound like I'm a little bit like, yeah, I'm not sick. I'm just congested. It's just allergies. So let me know if you're suffering from allergies too, because it is awful. Let's get into the video. Let's get into the podcast. Let's get into the conversation. Today I'm going to be talking about 11 hair products you should stop using if you want healthier hair. I did get this from an article. I don't remember where I saw it, but it was on the internet, and it really opened my eyes to, hey, this is probably something that people deal with all the time. So as a stylist, I see this all the time. Someone sits down in my chair and they say, my hair used to be thicker, my hair doesn't shine like it used to, it looks dull, it just doesn't behave anymore. And then I start asking questions. I ask a lot of questions. See if it's not their haircut, because it could be that. And maybe it's not always their color either. It's usually their routine, because a lot of what's on the market today, it's designed to give you quick results, not long-term health benefits for your hair. And I've preached this a lot in the past. There is a certain brand out there that should remain nameless, but it promises a lot of shine. And it does give you a lot of shine in the first few uses. But then after time, it builds up on your hair. Now that is fine if you know what is happening and you have a deep cleansing shampoo to use once a week to get it off your hair. However, if you are unaware of this and you use this product, which a lot of people do, it just builds up over time. Your hair is either going to attract the dirt that's in the air, it's going to get greasier, it's going to start laying flatter, it's just going to feel heavy and dull. If your hair starts feeling coated instead of soft, or if it starts feeling dry, that's another reason to start looking. It should feel hydrated, not dry. And if your hair starts feeling weak instead of strong, these might be symptoms of using a bad product on your hair. The worst part about this, you don't even realize what's happening. So let's take a look at some of the reasons it happens. Here's where it gets tricky. Most of the ingredients and products, they are not bad in small amounts. Remember, I told you that one shampoo, which should remain nameless, in small amounts, it's actually a great product. It does exactly what it says. However, most of these products are not labeled clearly. They're not going to tell you, hey, use this 3 times and it's going to build up on your hair, so you need to get me off your hair. I'm not going to say that. So you need to realize what's happening. And most of the time, these concerns or these problems are coming from products that we actually trust on a day-to-day basis, because they're marketing, they're out there. They tell us how great they are all the time. But in reality, these products are creating buildup, imbalance, or damage over time. So let's break it down into something that actually makes sense, okay? Here's 11 things I want you to consider, to rethink, or at least be aware of, okay? Number 1, harsh alcohols. Now, not all alcohol in your product is bad, but it's just the wrong kind, okay? It shouldn't be in a hair product. It dries your hair out fast. Think brittle ends, rough texture, breakage. Maybe you can't get the tangles out as easily. If your hair feels like straw, this is often what's causing it, is the harsh alcohols that's in the product. Number 2 ingredient is formaldehyde releasing ingredients. These show up in smoothing treatments and some smoothing shampoos and conditioners. And while they do make your hair look sleek and shiny and keep the humidity out of your hair, so to speak, they can weaken your hair over time, and they can actually irritate your scalp too. This is one of those short-term wins, long-term loss situations, formaldehyde. Number 3, synthetic dyes. These don't actually improve your hair. They just make the products look pretty. So if you have like a shampoo or a conditioner and it's got a color to it, that's usually a synthetic dye. Over time, these can cause scalp sensitivity, itching, or even dull looking hair. All right, number 4, harsh sulfates. This is a big one. Sulfates clean your hair, but some are way too aggressive. Think sulfates are like in Dawn dish soap, or soap that you clean your clothes with or your dishes with. They're suds, they're lather. It's frothing your lather in your hair. But you don't need all that lather because they strip the natural oils, they strip your color, and they strip the moisture out of your hair. So your hair ends up dry, frizzy, and harder to manage. Number 5, heavy silicones. This one surprises a lot of people because silicones actually make your hair feel and look amazing at first. They smooth it, they shine it, they polish it, but over time they build up, they block moisture, and they weigh your hair down. So your hair starts looking really flat and it feels really lifeless. Number 6, mineral oil. This one coats the hair, but doesn't actually hydrate it at all. So you get a greasy feel to your hair, you get a dull appearance, and there's really no improvement on the moisture. It's like putting plastic wrap over your hair instead of just feeding it. Number 7, too much protein. Protein is not the enemy, but too much, yeah. It starts making the hair feel stiff, it reduces elasticity, and it leads to breakage. If your hair feels strong, but it snaps really easily, this is a red flag that you may have too much protein in your hair and you need more moisture. Number 8, overusing hair oils. I know it, hair oils are huge right now. It's a big trend. In fact, almost everybody who sits in my chair says the only thing they use on their hair is a hair oil. Okay, that doesn't have any kind of styling hold to it or anything. And then I ask, why are you using a hair oil? And they don't know. They can't give me an answer. It's because it's all the rage. It's all over everything. But just know that more oil in your hair is not better. Too much oil attracts dirt. So yeah, it attracts the dirt that's in the air. It clogs your scalp and your follicles, and it does weigh your hair down over time. And ironically, it can make you wash your hair actually more, and this actually dries your hair out further than what you're trying to do to it. All right, number 9, coal tar shampoo with frequent uses. Coal tar can really help with dandruff control, but they are strong. If you ever opened up a coal tar shampoo and you smelled it, it's strong. It does a really good job of controlling dandruff, but if you use it too often, it can dry out your scalp. It can make your hair feel really coarse and dry, and it can cause irritation. This is when you need to use it as needed and not use it every day. Here's a big one. Dry shampoo overuse. I know there are so many people who are using dry shampoo instead of just washing their hair. And it could be the fact that more people are using extensions, or more people have heard that, hey, you could train your hair by not shampooing your hair as often, so train the oil. I don't know. I don't know. But dry shampoo is fine occasionally, but daily, no. You're just layering the buildup on your scalp, then your hair follicles can't breathe. So you're blocking your follicles, and you dull out your hair over time. And your scalp, you guys know it, your scalp is everything to the health of your hair. All right, the 11th one, heavy fragrances. Oh, this is the silent irritator. Yeah, those shampoos, those conditioners, they may smell good. I know my daughter has one that she loves. And it does smell good, I have to admit. But these fragrances don't benefit your hair at all. So it could trigger a sensitivity, it could cause dryness, and it can irritate your scalp. So if you're having any of those problems, you might consider getting something that doesn't have a heavy fragrance, maybe a fragrance free. Okay, here's part of love. There are solutions to this. You don't have to throw everything away. First things first, because I know you just spent a lot of money on all these things. You're loving it. You're thinking you're doing the best for your hair. You don't have to do a complete overhaul. You just need to become more intentional. And that's what I think about everything, right? Intentionality. Start asking, does this actually support my hair? Or does it just make it look good for one day? Focus on balance, not extremes. You want clean, supportive ingredients, and you want to focus on your scalp first instead of your hair. I know it seems backwards, doesn't it? But your scalp is, especially for people over 40, your hair's going to start thinning. You're going to start getting concerned about menopause, perimenopause, what the hormones are doing to your hair. And it does a lot to your hair as well as everything else on your body. But let's just talk about the hair. So you really do want to start focusing on your scalp health first, because when your scalp's healthy, your hair will be healthy. Let me tell you this from experience, okay? I've seen clients completely transform their hair, not by doing more, but by removing what wasn't serving them. And sometimes the biggest shift comes from what you stop doing. So stop putting so much product on your hair. Now, I still think you need product on your hair. Don't get me wrong. Hair doesn't perform very well without product on your hair. I mean, if you guys would see my hair don't look at my hair today, but if you could see my hair with no product on it, it is this frizzy, crazy mess. You know what? Let me know if you want to see my hair with no product on it versus with product. I can make a video like that. I have no shame doing that. Just let me know. Just drop it in the notes below. So when you start making little changes, start looking at the ingredient list, start being concerned with what you're doing, what you're putting on your hair. Look at the back. Most shampoos, water is the first ingredient. It really shouldn't be water, because then you're just paying for water. There are plenty of shampoos out there that are good for your scalp, good for your hair, good for the environment. And you know me, I love Euphoria. Euphoria is one of those products. I do have a link on my website, and I do have a link down in the show notes if you want more information about that. There's a direct link to Euphoria's website, and you can read all about them, why they are different. I just love it. And when I use another product to try out, because I like to try new products so I could test them, so I could tell you about them, right? I always come back to my Euphoria. My favorite is the beautifying shampoo and conditioner, volumizing. What the heck? Oh, it's bodifying. I knew there was the word in there. I couldn't remember it. For bodifying. I love it. And when I come back to that shampoo after testing other shampoos, I remember why I love it. So you can click on euphoria.net, find out more about it. If you use my direct link in the show notes and you end up buying something, yeah, I get a little bit of commission. Doesn't cost you anything, but it does help me. But I also sell it in my studio, and it really is the only product that I sell and use and believe in, and as well as their color line too. And there's tons of reasons for that, not just because I make a little commission. Look, when you start making small changes and looking at the ingredient list and what you're using on your hair, you're going to notice things. Just like me, when I come back to my favorite shampoo and conditioner, your hair is going to feel lighter. It's going to feel fluffier. It's going to hold your style better. It'll have a natural shine again. And it'll become easier to manage. And that's the goal, right? Not complicated, not overwhelming, just healthy, believable, beautiful hair. If this opened your eyes just a little bit, I created something for you. It is my Good Hair Day Emergency Kit. It's a quick, easy guide for those days when your hair just won't behave. And it gives you ways to troubleshoot your hair really fast, 5-minute little things. It's not guessing, it's not wasting money, it's not about buying the wrong products. It's just about getting you out of your house faster with little tips and tricks to make your hair behave, or at least make it look like it's behaving. You can go grab it at goodhairenergy.com. Fix my hair. And if you love this episode, make sure you subscribe, because we are just getting started. And also make sure you share it with a friend who might be interested in this as well. I'd love, love, love build my YouTube channel up. I'm almost up to 7,000 subscribers. Help me get it to 10,000. I would love that. So make sure you're pushing the button below. If you're listening to this on the podcast, go over to YouTube and subscribe there anyway. You can either listen to it or watch me on YouTube. I'm trying to put out 2 videos a week over on my YouTube channel. One is my podcast and this conversation, and then the other one is just something that will help you get through the day and loving your hair again. Hopefully you found some value in our conversation today. If you have any questions about any of the 11 ingredients that we talked about, drop it in the notes below. I answer every single message. It does come straight to me. So if you do have a question, just let me know. And like always remember, when you know better, you do better.